Gene, this is a sweet little hot rod.
Thank you.
A British hot rod.
Yes.
A British hot rod.
A little different.
This is really a cool car. I mean, I love this thing. When I saw it, it really grabs you. And is this your first TC, or are you an MG guy?
No, I'm an MG guy. We've actually got another one at home under restoration right now. It was restored once and got wrecked during Cruisin the Coast.
Oops.
Yeah. So at the time I was working on this one, and I said, well, we'll finish this and we'll go ahead and start back on the other one.
So where did you find this car?
This one found up in Walpole, New Hampshire. It was a total basket case. It was something I could afford because I do all my own work. I try and do as much of it as I possibly can. And we brought it back home. And
how long have you been working on it?
I worked on it for about 4 years.
Wow, man. Well, and basket case, but was the metal pretty good?
The body was okay, except things didn't fit. The car was brought over from England in 1980 and just sat there. Things didn't go together very well. So the guy was upset that bought it and just left it. So I ended up buying it in 2003 or somewhere around there. I don't exactly remember right now, and brought it home and got it all to fit and go back together.
Man, well, I think there's some really cool things about it. One of the things that grabbed me were your fenders. Those aluminum supports. I mean, that's an elegant piece. What's the deal?
I wanted to run the cycle fenders like this, and I didn't know whether to get maybe pipe or something like that coming out. There was a guy on the internet that said he was making a limited edition of those cycle wing carriers. So I said, well, I want a set. So
Where was he?
He was down in Australia.
In Australia.
So
wow.
I started thinking, well, let's see, money for those, money for postage, and amazingly, postage from Australia to the United States is cheap.
Yeah, really?
Really. It's cheaper to send it from there than it is from England.
Wow. Well, you know, I love how, I mean, they're just really perfectly engineered, the way the headlight mounts in
Right.
there.
He did everything. There, underneath a normal MG fender is a pipe that comes up here that's got a support like this, and he just duplicated that in aluminum and made it streamlined.
Wow, I mean, and it is streamlined looking.
Yeah.
And where'd the fenders come from?
The fenders came from Arizona. There's a guy named Bob Alley out there. He's an airline pilot, and he had a friend down also in Australia, actually, that did metal work. So Bob would take orders and fly down to Australia, pick them up, bring them back, and then ship them to us.
Those are really great looking brake drums too. What are those from?
Those are called Alphen drums. They're aluminum. They've got a cast iron insert. There's a gentleman in Canada named Bob Greneau.
This is truly an international build here.
This is. It's an international build. But Bob makes them, sells them to fit these and the other T-Series MGs.
Yeah, you know, and I like your paint scheme too. It's really kind of nice.
Well, again, we wanted to build something a little bit different, not a normal MG, and I wanted a hot rod, so we went through various color schemes, and my wife says, well, blue and silver sounds good. I just happen to have an HVLP turbine system that's portable, and every morning early, 2 Septembers ago, I'd get out at 6 o'clock in the morning and spray paint.
You shot it yourself?
Shot it myself in the driveway, no cover, during love bug season. And as soon as I'd get them shot, we'd take them in the house, set them down, let them dry in the house.
Wow. Well, you know, the interior is great too. I mean, you left that pretty stock, gauging. You put it a more reliable tack in.
More reliable tack, one that's actually electronic and not driven off the back of the generator. So.
And how about the roll bar?
Okay, roll bar. I worked at a shipyard after I got out of the Navy. I retired from the Navy in 1990. Started work at Ingalls Shipyard. I had a friend of mine out there who raced stock cars, and he also built them. So I says, Joey, can you build me a roll bar? So I dropped the frame off with him, and he set me up.
That's a great set. And it's just, I mean, this is the original tank?
Yeah, original tank, gas tank. It still works. I mean, we still use it, but original idea was maybe to vintage race it, and they won't let you use an original tank. So we also mounted a fuel cell down in the back of it, 5-gallon fuel cell. And actually, I prefer running off fuel cell because it doesn't leak, and the tank does sometimes.
It's an MG, of course it leaks.
Right.
But you know, you kept all the original hardware, the bands and everything. Were they originally chromed?
No, they were originally painted body color, but again, this is a hot rod, so you got to have some chrome.
Well, and I tell you, it is the engine that caught my eye, though. I mean, that's a blower on there, man. This is a blown MG. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
No, you're not going to see a whole lot of them. I mean,
what is that blower? It's an interesting looking device.
Okay, it's a Eaton M45 like they used on the small Mercedes and I think the Mini Coopers. There was a guy out in California made a limited run of them. Had 10, and I got the last one that he had available. He sent it to me with 2 pulleys. One of them is a 6-pound boosters, which is what I run on here. He said if I wanted to race the car, that he's also sending me a 16-pound, but that's sitting on the shelf and it'll stay on the shelf.
That's where it should be, I think. 16 pounds of boost, you'd blow the heads off this thing.
Blow it off, right.
Well, I like what you've done. I mean, the block color, red, it's a little brighter than the original color, but it really sets the car
right.
up.
It is, like you said, I picked it from a chip and it looked right. I know it wouldn't, but it's good enough for me.
It looks, and how does she run?
She runs great.
Really?
Yeah, with the blower on there, I was running twin SUs, 1.5 inch, and I can never get them to run right. But with the blower, I've only got 1 carburetor to worry about, and hey, runs great.
Now you're from around here, and you've been to the Cruisin the Coast before. You're one of the volunteers here, right?
Yes, my wife and I both volunteer. We're a member of the Antique Auto Club of Mississippi. We help with registration on the first couple of days, and then we'll work and drive as we can, and then the last, Thursday and Friday we'll do all our driving, and then Saturday we'll go back to volunteering.
So volunteer, participant, volunteer.
Volunteer, participant. Man, and I think a lot of people that live here do that.
It's a great event.
Oh, we love it.
It is an absolute, and you got a hot rod here. Do you get a lot of attention with this?
We do. The hot rod crowd seems to really like it. It was surprising the first time we showed it. After that, I'm just so happy that they do enjoy it. It's something different.
Well, hot rodders have got to love it. It's a hot rodded MG.
Yeah.
Who else has got one of those? All right, well, 49 MGTC with a blower.
With a blower.
You're the man, Gene.
Thank you so much.
Nice ride.